What's up, guys? Giancarlo Bodoni here for another video, here with my friend Ben, okay? And guys, today's topic is going to be the Omoplata, okay? Omoplata is one of my favorite techniques in Jiu-Jitsu, okay? I think it's one of the most efficient submissions in Jiu-Jitsu and control positions, because if you think about it, it's your entire body against just your partner's shoulder, okay? And if you can position yourself properly in the Omoplata, it's going to be really hard for the person to escape, okay? And it can be a really brutal submission, as we're going to see here today. Okay, so I want to go over a few of the things, maybe a couple options to set up the Omoplata, and then a lot of the things that may happen when you're in the Omoplata that you know, some of the reactions that you might get, how to react to them. All right, so I'm going to be over here with Ben, okay, and we're going to start inside the De La Riva guard, okay, for right now. Okay, so just, I'm playing open guard, I'm playing De La Riva, have my De La Riva in, okay, and one of, a good way to set up the Omoplata from De La Riva, okay, is controlling the cross collar grip, okay, and I'm going to be over here monitoring my partner's far shoulder, keeping my knee pointed in, okay. So once I'm over here, okay, I'm going to find the space, I'm going to create the space between Ben's elbow and his knee, okay, so I need to get in between the space. So one thing that I like to do from here, I'll take my leg and I'm going to hit his elbow with my hamstring. So I'm going to be controlling his collar, far shoulder, De La Riva. Okay, so all of my connections are working here. Okay, I have 2 feet and 2 hands. So I have 4 points of connection here. This is going to make my guard much stronger. Okay, so I'm going to, as I'm controlling his collar and his far sleeve is free, I need to control the far arm. Okay, so I'm going to use my leg over here and I'm going to pinch my knee inside, okay, to make it harder for him to pommel his arm inside. Okay, we're always monitoring that far arm as well. So if he is able to start circling the hand in, I'm always going to look to re-pummel and then keep my knee pinched in tight. Okay, if I keep my knee open, it'll just be really easy for him to start pushing my leg down. Okay, so I like to keep my knee bent in. Okay, he's going to start squeezing the hand in. It may take him an extra second. That's going to give me the time to start circling my foot in and then re-pummeling the leg. And then our other grips are right over here on the collar and sleeve. Okay. So my De La Riva's hook is in, okay? I'm going to start to look to open this space over here between Ben's knee and his elbow, okay? So what I'm going to do, if you come around over here, you're going to see that I take my hamstring, okay? And as I pull Ben's arm, I hit my hamstring against his elbow, like so, okay? And I'm going to be able to come right through. I want to hit this pretty aggressively, okay? Because if I just try to kind of squeeze it in, okay, he's going to start realizing I'm going to start putting pressure and putting my leg down. Okay, so as I come over here, I want to kind of feel him kind of a little bit relaxed, and then I very quickly take my leg out, and then I start to hit, raising my hips. Notice that I use my other foot on Ben's shoulder to press down and use it to elevate my hips. Okay, once I come over here, I have to start to point my knee this way, okay, and then this hand starts pushing into the pocket. So I use my knee to push downwards, pointing my knees this way, okay, and I push Ben's hand into his pocket. That's going to make it hard for him to keep holding on to my grip, to keep holding on to my collar, okay? And then as I sandwich right over here, his shoulder between my knees, I look to control his back, pass the leg over, and don't let go of the grip on the lapel. Don't let go of the cross collar grip. Okay, cross my feet. This is going to be my security, okay? I'm always going to be able to stay on the Omoplata if I have this grip over here. That's why I like this setup so much, okay? So I'm over here, I pinch my knees, control the back. Remember, if I control the belt, it's good, but sometimes the belt's loose, okay? So I like to control some gi as well with the belt. So I'm gonna control the gi material, or just hold the gi over here, okay? So it's your choice. And then I'm gonna hold here. Pass the leg over, cross my feet, okay? And then when I'm ready to start sitting up, I'm gonna start adjusting my body, and I can let go, rock my legs to create momentum, and I cross my feet at the ankles. Okay, don't lock here, the triangle. Cross your feet at the ankles so that when I stretch my leg, it's heavy on the shoulder, okay? And then I can put his shoulder down, start controlling the far lapel, control his elbow, pinch, okay, keeping his wrist locked between my hip, okay, and then his elbow trapped right here, kind of like his tricep between my hamstring and my calf. Okay, and then I'm controlling the lapel over here, and then I control 4 fingers on the collar, toes on the mat, and then I can start sitting up to finish the omoplata right here. Sit up to the far shoulder, okay, and then finish the omoplata. Okay, so that would be just the omoplata setup and finish, assuming that I'm able to get there, okay, without my partner reacting. But a lot of times, especially if you're fighting against somebody that's experienced, he's gonna start trying to react, okay, before. So there's a few things that might happen over here, okay? Let's say I'm over here fighting against Ben, okay, and I have my guard set up over here. I'm able to take my leg out and shoot through, okay, and get my leg in between the elbow and knee, okay? Now I'm gonna start pointing my knee downward, okay, like we did this before, okay, and I'm gonna start to lock my legs. Notice Ben's knee right here, okay? So on the first technique, Ben's knees were on the ground, okay? That was gonna allow me to start coming this way, okay, and start sitting up for the omoplata. In this case, I will set it up, Ben puts his knee on top of my, yes, and he starts to put some pressure on me here, okay? So now he's kind of sometimes he may even step this leg up, okay? And then he's over here. So it's gonna be hard for me to start finishing the omoplata from over here. So now in this case, one thing that I like to do is I'm gonna take my hand off of my partner's sleeve, my left hand, and I'm gonna start coming to the pants over here. So I start controlling Ben's pants, okay? And I'm maintaining this grip on the collar. So I wanna stay heavy on this grip over here, okay? I'm kind of hanging here on him, so it's really hard for him to posture up, okay? Once I get over here, I can unlock my legs, put my foot on the floor, keep this leg heavy, okay, relatively heavy over here with your heel, okay? And then put this foot on the floor, and as I start stretching my arm out, okay, I'm gonna start to walk my hips to the side, okay? And then I'm gonna take his foot off of my, I'm gonna take his knee off of my chest, okay? Now, as I have his leg extended, he tries to put his knee back on my chest, okay? It's gonna be hard, okay? And then from here, I can start grabbing his back and then start going into my setup from over here, okay? Another thing that may happen, guys, is I'm fighting against Ben, okay? I start to set up the omoplata this way, okay? And then as I come over here, I set it up, Ben's able to start making posture, and sometimes what he does, he's gonna take his free hand, start controlling my pants, okay? Right under my hips, okay? And start pulling up like this, okay? When the guy starts pulling up like this, it makes it really hard for me to start putting him down, okay? He's pretty strong over here, okay? So now what I'm gonna start doing is, from over here, I'm gonna take him the opposite direction. I try to take him this way, he doesn't let me. He's gonna start fighting to come back up. I am gonna stretch my legs back, so I get an action-reaction. I go one way, boom, he tries to posture up, I stretch my legs and I do a back roll, okay? As I do the back roll, look at my hand on the collar, I keep it. This is gonna keep me to him, keep me attached to him, okay? So I keep the hand on the collar, and now I'm gonna look to come up. So I put my hand on the floor, and I start to sit up onto his chest, okay? Once I sit up onto his chest, I keep my grip, and I wanna keep my weight seated on his chest here, okay? He's gonna try to scrape the hips and start moving. I'm just gonna keep following him here, okay? And then there's a lot of different stuff we can start transitioning to here. One of my favorite things to transition to is the monoplata, okay? So I'm gonna start to put take my left hand, pull the hand onto my hips over here, pull his elbow onto my hip. Now I'm gonna switch my grips, take this leg, step around his head, and start to slide my hips to the ground. Now it's really important that I control this wrist, okay? So as I'm over here, controlling the elbow, I take my fist and I push, okay, my fist against his hand. Take the fist and put it right up against, okay, my partner's wrist. Instead of trying to sit over here and grab, sometimes the guy doesn't give you space to grab over here. I just take my fist and I wedge his hand right in place, okay? So now you can see it's already pretty tight on Ben, okay? So I like to cross my feet over here, okay? And make sure that I have a good control. Most of the time, the guy's gonna try to sit up or he's gonna try to push the leg over here, so I keep my legs crossed and I keep my top knee heavy down. Okay, so I don't wanna keep my top knee pointing up where he may be able to start sitting up or escaping the head. So I keep my legs crossed, keep my top knee down. He tries to sit up, Okay, it's very difficult. Okay, my top knee, holds him in place. Okay, I'll start to adjust myself slightly, maintain his hand wedged, and maintain this control on the elbow. Okay, so it's gonna give a really bad angle on the shoulder. Then I open my foot out, I push this leg down, this leg comes up, and I catch the monoplata here. Worst case scenario, if the guy's arm starts to slip, I readjust, and then I finish on the arm bar, okay, right here. Another thing, guys, we can always just take top position from here. So let's say I'm over here with Ben, okay? I finished on the omoplata, and I controlled him over here. If I'm competing, I have 2 points over here for the sweep, okay? So if I don't want to risk going for the monoplata or going for the submission, I can always look to either get an underhook on this side and then start sliding my hips down to the mat and controlling the head. Or if I was in the omoplata over here, okay, and my legs like in this configuration, then I can start looking to face towards the legs and then take my free hand, take the back of my hand to his neck over here. Okay, once I take the back of my hand to his neck, I can release, slide my hip to the ground, control the head, and then finish on the side control. All right? So that was the second option, okay, when the guy starts to posture up, okay, in the omoplata. Another one, guys, I'm over here with Ben. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to stick to the same omoplata setup, okay, where I'm controlling the lapel and the sleeve, okay, and I have a kind of a collar and sleeve delahiva over here, okay, and now I take my leg out, I do the same thing. One, start to push the hand in the pocket and turn my knee down, okay, over here. And then let's say I get all the way over here with Ben, and now Ben I'm controlling his back, okay, so he's not able to sit up, he's not able to put the knee on my belly, but sometimes what happens is the guy may start to sit back this way, okay, to prevent me coming forward, okay. This isn't a terrible reaction, but it's not a great one, okay, and it's one that we could take advantage of, okay. So once the guy sits back, we have the roll back like we just saw. Same thing, he's postured up, I can always start doing the back row, extending my legs this way. Can even use the action-reaction over here. Press him down, when he comes back up, I use the roll, okay. Once I get over here though, let's say I'm over here, he starts to sit back. Now, what I can start to do is, with my left hand, I start looking for the lapel on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking to open the lapel on this side. Okay, and then come over here. Once I open his lapel, I'm gonna start to feed it as tight as I can. Okay, until I grab like so. Okay, so don't grab it loose. Make sure you grab it, pull it, as much of it out as you can, and grab it tight. The purpose of this is to control my partner's free shoulder. Okay, so I have this shoulder completely locked, Ben's right shoulder. Now I have his left shoulder. So if he tries to turn towards his left, face to your left, I have his shoulder locked over here. If he tries to turn towards the right, I have his shoulder in place here. And notice I'm taking my elbow, wedging it right behind his back, okay? And that's creating distance between him and I, okay? If I was to keep this elbow this way, he could start kind of putting his weight onto me. Yeah, exactly. And that now making it harder for me to finish. So what I want to look to do from here, okay, is I want to look to control 4 fingers on my partner's collar, take my foot to the ground, and create space so that I can bring my elbow behind my opponent's back. Okay, once I get over here, just keep this locked in tight. Remember, the arm should be on this side of your hip. Okay, bending his arm like a kimura. Control the collar, elbow in. Okay, we also have the option to switch to a bicep grip. I'm going to take a scoop and grip over here to the bicep and then bring my elbow inside exactly the same way. Okay, so either work very well. Bicep grip or a deep, tight lapel grip. Take all the slack out of it. Elbows on his back over here. Okay, and now I'm just going to start escaping my hips away from him, and that's why I need to have the elbow here. Okay, I have to have the elbow right here so that as I escape my hips, he doesn't follow me, and then I'm going to be able to finish on the shoulder over here. So go slow when you do this one, because it's a very, very tight move. And then I'm going to be able to catch on the shoulder over here. Sometimes I start going out enough that the guy starts falling forward to alleviate some of the pressure, and then I just start to sit up with him, and then I get the omoplata finish, okay, from there. All right, guys. So, again, I'm here in the omoplata. Okay, I'm able to lock it. One, if he has both knees on the ground, I'm gonna control the back. I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna stretch him forward. Okay, and I'm gonna go to the regular omoplata. We saw when the guy puts the knee right over here. Okay, I'm controlling the collar. I take my hand and I start controlling the pants. Okay, below the knee, close to the ankle. Okay, I'm gonna keep this grip on the collar, keep your leg relatively heavy, and then I'm gonna start escaping to put the knee on the ground, escaping my hips. Okay, that's the second option. Okay, if he starts to posture up, okay, and he starts to pull my pants up and he starts to get me over here, I use his posturing up. I'm gonna create an action reaction, push him forward as he continues to put the pressure this way. I back roll, extending my legs, and then I come up. Okay, we can start going into the monoplata from here, or just stabilize the top position. Okay. All right, if the guy starts to sit back and posture, we have the roll back, or we have the option to start looking for the far lapel over here. Okay, but sometimes when I start setting up the omoplata, okay, it can be when I'm holding the back or before the guy starts to do a front roll. He starts to do a front roll, he rolls all the way over, boom, and then oftentimes the guy spins out and comes on top. All right, so if the guy spins out and comes on top, then I lose the omoplata, right? So as I'm over here, I'm controlling the collar, I'm over here. Ben starts to roll, I'm gonna control his elbow, and I'm gonna come to my knees, and I'm gonna roll with him, and then we're in the exact same position, except now instead of holding the collar, I'm just pulling his elbow up into my hips. Okay, I can pull with one hand or both hands as long as I feel like I have a good base, and I'm sitting my weight onto his chest. Okay, the reason why I need to control the elbow or the collar is that I need to keep his shoulder up so he can't put the elbow on the ground. If I'm not controlling either of them, he's gonna move the shoulder and put the elbow on the ground, then I lose the position. So I need to make sure that as I'm here, I'm either controlling the elbow tight, okay, pulling the elbow up when he tries to move, put the elbow on the ground. I just stay on him, okay, or I'm controlling the collar. Okay, this gives me good control over the shoulder when he tries to move. Okay, it's really hard, and then we can go into the exact same setup as before. So you guys can see how all the different options, we do end up in similar finishes from them. All right, guys, so that's some of the more common omoplata defenses, okay, that I see, some of the reactions that guys give, and just some simple options that I like to use, okay, that I find to be really effective when the guy's defending the omoplata.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you like my video, please help me grow my channel. Just click subscribe over here. And if you want to see more videos, click any of the videos over here. And guys, if you want to see more in-depth instruction from me, check out my instructional courses at bjjfanatics.com.